Mine by Kelly Hall. I don't believe in God. I'm not an atheist, I'm just not Christian. I'm not Hindu either, or Buddhist, or Jewish, or Muslim. I don't believe in the flying spaghetti monster. I don't believe in the Bible, at least not literally. I believe some of it may have happened, or it may not have. Maybe it's just a collection of fables, written to help us learn a lesson, while we have interpreted it literally. Maybe it's a hoax, full of arbitrary, fake stories that weren't meant to escalate into such fame, but did. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it is true, but I believe that most likely it isn't. I believe in a higher power. I believe in some sort of supernatural control, but I don't know what it is. I went to church every Sunday until I was around 10. I was baptized a Lutheran, but my family soon began attending a Presbyterian church. I grew up as a Christian. I read Psalms and passages from the Bible every week, and I once attempted to read the entire Bible. I got about halfway through before I quit, and I retained absolutely nothing. But something changed. My dad stopped going to church, and from that point on, I had two choices every Sunday. I could go to church with my mother and my younger sister, or stay home with my dad. At first, I kept with the routine. I would go with my mom every Sunday. The reason I stopped was actually very simple, and not religious in any way. I didn't want to get up early on Sunday morning. It was awful, yes, to reject my former faith in order to sneak in a few extra minutes of sleep, but it led me to quite a few Sunday morning discussions with my dad on the idea of faith. More specifically, the general view, his view, and my view. The general view, at least of our community, was very common. It was the Christian belief. God exists, Jesus came to earth, returned to heaven, and will come back someday, and everything in the Bible is true. My father's view was different. The Bible could be a collection of fables written to teach us lessons, and the idea of Christianity might not be entirely true. My view was suddenly undecided. At first, I was still completely convinced that Christianity was absolutely true, no exceptions. I was anxious to defend my religion to my dad, until I realized his argument was making a lot of sense. I didn't want to believe in a God that had ultimate control over everything and let innocent people's lives be ruined because the very first people decided to eat an apple off of a forbidden tree. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, so I decided to look for answers. And guess what I discovered? Nothing. I prayed, I researched, I looked at the Bible, looked up other religions, and I didn't want to believe in any of them. I didn't believe in any of them. I've always been the type of person who needs everything to add up in order to believe it. I actually had a deep desire to be a dedicated Christian. I still do. I want to be part of this circle that has such a powerful belief in these specific stories and ideas. But I can't. It's not within my beliefs. It's not within my capabilities. Now, as you've heard my rant, you may be surprised to learn something. I'm not atheist. I believe in higher power, just not any that have become popular belief. I believe in my own deity, one that doesn't have such complete control. I believe that, while there may be a higher power, a significant portion of what goes on in our life is not dictated by that power. It just happens. So you could say I'm part atheist. But the truth is, I don't believe in God. But I believe in life, in living it, and in a higher power. Just not yours.